It's Berlin, 1 round and 4 deals. And as you can see, I earned 2 brown stripes already. That means I reached rating of 50. And the next step is rating of 75, which will give me brown belt. A brown belt like to the opposite player, like one of the opposite player. And I want to make brown belt with 1 black stripe, which means I'll be heading for rating of 100. And then I'll switch to another student, as I did many times already. What about this hand? I have 3 pairs. I have 3 pairs. I don't have dragon. What can I do here? Maybe let's take it. Maybe I'll make chicken hand. Pairs and punks is a long way to victory, and I can try just making some chicken hand. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's not so fast. I need something around 4 dots. I can't discard this 4 because I don't want 1 point for 1 voided suit. 1 voided suit gives you 1 point, and that you don't want to take, really. Maybe I'll take, yes, pawn go 4s, but now an interesting thing. Now I'm waiting either for 8 bams or for some chow in cracks. 2 or 5, either will be good for me, but I need to take something to my 4 dots. No, it's rather useless, I'd say. I need something like 3 or 5. Maybe another 4. Okay. I discarded 6. Pitilly it could be another chow, and I discarded 6 bams. Okay, good. 2, 3, 4. So I need 3, 4, 5 or 4, 5, 6 dots. Not pango 4s. Not pango 4s because it will be double pang, you see. I can try also making a melded hand. If I take pango easts from discard and discard then something like 4. Let's see. Yes, it's also something like lower 4, but I don't want to discard these easts. Possibly somebody waits for them. Very possibly somebody waits for wrists for his or her all types. Two fives discarded already. Okay. Two fives discarded, good. If nobody melds... Aha, yes. That's it. I was afraid that somebody can meld a chow with the third five, and I couldn't win with 5 and I couldn't win with 2. So that I had to invent something else like melded hand, but okay, I collect a chicken hand finally. Very nice, and now... two winds. One my seat wind and another just simple wind. Maybe it will be half flush. With two winds, you consider collecting half flush. But which flush, which suit, it's not easy to say now. Anyway, I have two forms in winds, two pairs of winds, and two forms in either bams or either cracks or dots. I don't need bams, that's why I discarded 8. On the other hand, I can take something like mixed shifted chows, but I'll need something around 5. Okay, let's see. Let's see what will be better. Okay. Maybe the player to my right wants some outside hand, and it would be safe. Discarding dots over here. She may discard 6 for me, 6 cracks. She may be waiting for another north. That can be a problem now. Okay, let's discard useless tiles and go for half flush. You see, I don't get many cracks, many tiles of my suit. Of course, I'd like to take more, but it depends on the wall now. 4, 5, 6. It could be 5, 6, 7 bams as well. But sorry, not 5, 6, 7. 2 7s discarded, 1 7 melded. I think it was better to go for half flush in this case. She decided to discard 3 cracks. Either she has 2 1s cracks as her eyes, or she doesn't have cracks at all and wants to win with 1 voided suit, for example. Nobody discards wests or norths. That's curious. Maybe she has 2 norths. No. Okay. Nobody discards easts, you see. One east discarded to my left, and that's it. One cracks may be dangerous. Another one melded, sorry, another one melded there, and that's it. The player to my left collects some dots, but very possibly it's something like mixture of the chows. The opposite player collects possibly pure straight. No, it's better to discard white now, because I can still wait for 2 or 3. It's useless, because the pang of south is to my right, melded to my right. And what about easts, sorry. Wests I took, easts. 2 easts discarded. Haha. Those could be my eyes instead of ones or easts. And what about the player to my right? What does he want? Okay. I'm waiting for 2. I see 2 of them on the table. No. That's my eyes now. I was waiting for this pang of 6s, but now I just don't need it. 2 bams. Aha, went there. Here were my 2s, and the player to my right was waiting for 2s as well. Okay, that was better than my chicken hand, so he got to the first place. Now, an obvious mixed straight, yes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with for the 4th set in dots. Let's see what I'll collect. This clear simple plan means I can meld useful tiles from the left. Meld without second thoughts, really. I just need 3, 5, 7 and something more in dots. Let's wait for good tiles. Our distance is rather small, 22 points. I can take another hand and return to the first place. I just don't want to, and don't want the opposite player to win. That's it. I don't want him to win. If, for example, the player to my left wins, 3 sevens, you see? He discarded 3 sevens. The player to my left took 2 of them. Now, as long as I have another pair of 3s, I can meld pang of 9s. Pang of 9s and leave 3s as my eyes. I discarded this 6 because it's rather dangerous. I'd better discard it now. Okay. But now I'm at the third place, as long as he took this hand. And I need a good hand myself. Let's see. It's the same 22 points between us. But if I take... Okay. A good tile, but I don't need it really. It can be something like 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, or it can be some small fan hand. Some small fan hand it can be now. Concealed hand, all chows, all simples. And maybe it will be some other points. I'd better take it from the wall, of course. I just didn't calculate. If I take, for example, the lowest possible hand with 8 points, I'll get 32 points, but if I take it from the opposite player, 32 points, I'll make 29. I'll make 29, and the player to my left will remain with 10, and the opposite player will remain with... The opposite player will remain with 1 point, if he feeds me. No, it's not possible now, because it will be only 7 points, you see? Only 7 points. And now I can win with 7 dots from this card, because it will be mixed double chow, you see? Concealed hand, all chows, all simples, closed weight, and mixed double chow. That's it. Great, very nice. Very nice. You can call it a classical small fan hand with all chows, all simples, fully concealed hand. Closed weight. You see, mixed double chow in closed weight gave me 2 points, so I could win with this card. But luckily, this 7 came from the wall. Let's take a look. And the player to my left, he wanted some chows, but he just began to discard useless tiles and suits. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Maybe he wanted some knitting. No. For knitting he had 2, 5, 8 dots, 1, 4 bams, and 3, 6 cracks. He wouldn't discard 6 if he wanted knitted straight. So what he wanted, I don't understand now. He was far from ready anyway. It's hard to tell. The opposite player wanted very possibly some knitting. Knitting. 1, 7 cracks, 5, 8 dots, 6 bams. He had only 9 tiles for knitting. He discarded useless tiles, of course, but he was far. 9 tiles means you are 4 steps behind ready hand. That's very much. And he hardly could get west, let's say so. Only from the last from the wall, and the last white from the wall. So I think his plan was very Very improbable. The player to my right wanted all types. A very simple plan with waiting for pung of 9s and pair of 7s, or something in bams to the 7 bams for making chow. Just one step behind ready hand, but depending on the wall. I wouldn't give her another 7, and she waited for some 6 or 5 or 8. Well, she was closer than each other, and I was close with the small fan hand simply. Yes, I just gave her 5. She would take 8, of course, from me. So for her there were no difference, but for me it was important to switch to 6, 7, 8, so I could win with this from discard. I provided that victory from discard, but luckily picked the tile from the wall and took the table. Thanks all.